Because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A spin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll power his way up near the 25. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
All right, now here we go. Going.
On play action, Cousins going for the deep ball. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Third down, Dalvin Cook. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Goes underneath for Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That's fine. Yeah.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
158!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. So that one will be accepted. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Throwing, Cousins, and he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. And now Rodgers not pleased with the setup. He's going to take a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This is Bell on the dump off. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Rodgers now on first down. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set him back 5. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. Cook following the penalty. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Play action now. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Cousins from the gun on third. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
319.
On play action. Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
319. 319.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a second down throw for Cousins. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And a gain there of 11 yards. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. They go play action here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Now for the point after. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
319!
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. No. 319. Jumbo. No.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch 35, watch 35.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Now the try here for the point after. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No. 319. Yeah, Liz. Mike. Flip it down.
To throw is Rodgers on first down. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Cousins on first down. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Cousins giving this Vikings offense a bit of a spark early on in his tenure in purple, as his guys have it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Geronimo Allison the target there. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep for Adams. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Rodgers to throw on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
319! 319! 319!
On 1st down, Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
319!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now it's Rodgers looking deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. Spinning away. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Second down, Cousins. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Gun!
Now Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On second down, here's Rodgers. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now Rodgers goes underneath for Bell. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw is Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On play action, Rodgers. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Rodgers running the option right and holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Tough spot here, 3rd and 18, following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction.
Green 19. Jumbo.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
All right, now here we go.
And they'll run it here. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets them a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And they'll go on the ground. He spins free. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And now the Packers get set to go.
Green 19. Green 19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And now out comes Minnesota. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Gun.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On the West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Cousins here to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 17. Throwing. Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
To throw is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Rodgers now on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. That goes for a gain of 31. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Minnesota, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.